Hi everyone. So if you're watching this, thanks very much for signing up to the Get Playing Guitar Chord Flow Accelerator course that's coming out very, very soon. I'm really glad that you've decided to make that move and get your chord changes sorted once and for all. So in this short video, what we're going to do is run through 3 tips on that are going to be in the program, but these are also things you should be doing anyway. So the first thing we're going to get straight in. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about anchor fingers. And you've probably heard people talk about these, but what actually is going on? This is a crucial part of the program or the course, and why sometimes chord changes are slower because you're not thinking about what your fingers are doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to just show you one example, a simple example. I'll be building on this in the program. So if you do decide to get it, you're going to see this coming up again and again. And this is crucial to getting all your chord changes together and tight and on the songs. So even if you've been playing a while, this is going to help, right? So we've got G. Right, so say we just take a simple 3-finger G chord. Now, the thing on guitar and the thing in music is chords and scales and arpeggios and all the things you think about all sure notes. And in this case, the G shares the B note, right? So what we're going to do when we're changing is think about that sliding over and tucking that in. Now, you may be way past this stage, yes, but there are certain things I'll guarantee that you haven't done in the next stages of this. So think about this as a foundational idea and concept that you can build on. It's just a matter of knowing what fits and what doesn't fit and put it all together, and then you've got your changes. So if we take a simple, really simple rhythm, 4 downs, 1, 2, 3, 4, slide over. And the idea is the flowing element of it is to get this side here constant. It's not about the chord changing, it's about the rhythm. The chord changing falls into place afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. If that's too fast, slow it down. But whatever you do, keep that first finger on and slide and tuck. Alright, so we slid over and tuck the second finger in underneath. 2, 3, 4, slide over. Do you see the idea? There's a connection there. We're getting rid of the gap. And you'll hear me in the program, in the course, talk an awful lot about getting rid of the gap. It's the gap that's so frustrating. And the gap is the thing between the chord changes. You notice it, people listening notice it, and then it's standing, it's the big wall that's standing in the way between you and playing your favorite music. So when we get rid of all these things and get the chords flowing, hence the concept, then everything just lines up and becomes really, really smooth. I'll give you one more example. If you are on to your easy F chord, here's another example, right? So we've got A minor. Now, if so many songs in the key of C, this is another thing I'll be tackling. It'll be directed towards the chords in the key of the songs that you want to play. And you may not realize it, but there only are a few really common keys that are used in pop and rock anyway as a basis. And once you master those, you're into playing loads of things. And then you put a capo on and then you're playing chords in different keys and everything. I'll be covering some stuff about the capo as well and explaining that. But anyway, say you've got, first of all, we'll start with an A minor chord. String 1, or string 2, fret 1, string 4, fret 2, and string 3, fret 2. Right. Now, this note here is the C note. This C note is in F major 7, sometimes called easy F. So string 2, 3, 4, and bring that up, strings 4 and 5. So there's no reason at all that finger should be lifting if you're moving from A minor to either the F or the C. Again, I'm keeping the rhythm really basic. It's about chord connections here. That's what we're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, shift over. First finger doesn't lift off. And then you've heard this chord progression so many times. There are thousands and thousands of songs built like that. So obviously at the end we can't do anything about that, but in my next tip I'm going to show you what happens when you're trying to change those chords. I don't want to give too much away because there's a load of really short videos that are going to really get straight to the point with this in the program, but you can see what was happening there. A minor goes to F, goes to C. First finger doesn't move. If you have to hold it down until you get used to it. But whatever you do, keep it on there. Right? So those are just 2 examples. There are loads more that I'll be showing you, but those are just 2. Right. Next tip, the elbow. What's going on with your arm when you're changing? This is something that people, I think I didn't realize it either until I was teaching. I kind of started to analyze what I was doing, and I thought, God, this is why I am changing chords more cleanly. Now, like you're finding things out as you go along. I mean, nobody starts guitar and knows everything. It's very much a learning experience, on the job sort of experience. So with me teaching over 20 years, I've seen all kinds of issues and spent a lot of that time fixing those issues. So this was one of the things that I noticed I was doing, and I thought, God, if I pass this on, it's really going to help. So that change at the end there of the last thing was the C to the G. Now take a look down here. See what happens when I go to the G chord? It opens up. You can clearly see the cupboard door behind me there. There's C. The C should never, ever be heavier. You should never have your elbow out like that. That is going to cause all kinds of problems. We want to have that C in and the elbow go out for G. Now I'll be talking about in and out chords all through Chord Flow Accelerator, so I'll even be giving you a list of the ones that you can rhyme off or learn, basically. So then off the top of your head, you'll know, oh, move into that chord, move the elbow out. You'll notice one of the guys in my Get Playing Guitar Accelerator program that you probably know about, he found this was like totally game changing for his chord changing. He couldn't believe how easy it was. He had strain up here and sore here and sore under here because he was doing this kind of thing. And just making guitars so much harder. I mean, I can even feel that. It was just too stiff. So you need to kind of loosen up, and that's part of it. So I'll be getting into that and showing you how that works with all the other common chord changes. The other thing is keeping the rhythm going. Now, what happens on guitar, this is something that I'll keep talking about as well, is that it's so easy to stop and fix everything and try and get everything to sound perfect. Right. Now, a jump like that is really difficult. I'll be talking about these as well and how to master these. Now, you can see automatically, I'm not even thinking there, my elbow's just doing that. But on this side, what happens very often is beginners especially overcomplicate the rhythm that they're doing. They don't build a solid foundation and then work on the songs, because whether you realize it or not, there are only a few rhythms really that are in loads of songs. And as you'll see, I have custom written pieces in Chord Flow Accelerator that show you examples of this that you can then take and use in songs. Right? So, for example, keeping things moving on the big chord changes, it's about keeping the rhythm hand steady. A steady beat. Quick tip, I'll be talking about this too. If you put this metronome on, see what I mean? Say you set it to 60 beats a minute. Nice and slow, nice and relaxed. What we are aiming to do is get to the next chord on beat 1. Now in a difficult change like C to G, if you haven't got the whole G down, we'll be breaking it up. Now I want to break it in half. Aim to get 2 fingers down. Forget about making full chords at the start. Build them up. C could be mini C, half C, full C. G could be G6, 3rd finger for G. So the idea is that we keep this going steady. Even that 60 is quite quick. If your chord change is really slow, I would bring it down to maybe 50 beats a minute. And you're trying to get to the next chord on beat 1. And this is exactly the kind of thing I'll be covering in detail in Chord Flow Accelerator. So what it'll be is you'll have videos just like this where I'm right in front of you showing you everything. You'll have a detailed workbook showing you every single lesson. And everything's all broken down into really, really basic steps. And then it'll be song examples, and they'll be very, very, very close to the songs that you want to be playing in the styles of, Bob Dylan, the Beatles, Dire Straits, all kinds of things, all Sweet Home Alabama kind of style things, stuff that I would want to learn and I wanted to learn. And I'm sure most people I'm teaching want to learn those kind of things when they get into guitar, maybe soft rock or acoustic rock or whatever. So I'll have loads of different examples in there, so of all the common changes. So I hope you find this video helpful as a taster of what's going on in the big, going to happen in the big program. And I really thanks very much for joining the waiting list and grabbing that PDF as well. I hope you find it helpful. And do send me a reply or get in touch if you're in Get Playing, which you probably are, Get Playing Guitar Secrets group. Let me know that this was helpful, and I can't wait to see you inside Chord Flow Accelerator and really help you with your chord changes if they are the issues that you're having right now. So again, thanks very much for watching, and hopefully see you again very soon.